95.7 The Hog, Daytona's rock station. Hey, it's Morning Hog Brew review time. Josh from SR Parat, he's here. But more importantly, Greg from Wops Hops is back. We got fun flavors, and we'll tell beer stories next on the Morning Hog on 95.7 The Hog. Hey, 95.7 The Hog, Daytona's rock station. It's Morning Hog Happy Hour. That's Steve right there. I'm Riggs. Check this out. Josh, SR Parat. And Josh, you brought us a treat right here, didn't you, buddy?
I got our friend Greg from Wops Hops.
Greg from Wops Hops is back!
Yeah. Good to be back. Thanks, guys.
Glad to have you back.
I've not seen Greg in a minute. You look good.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah.
You know, last week on the brew review, Josh brought us some low-cal options so we could get our bikini bodies in shape. It did not work out for me.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know about you, but
Steve.
I slimmed down a little.
Well, he's dolphin smooth underneath. But for the rest of us, tell me that we're not going to be saving calories. We got full flavor, fun beers, right?
Look, you're going to drink beer, drink good beer.
Yes! That's what I'm talking about right there.
Good.
Daytona,
right.
beautiful girls. I'm way past that age, so I'm going to drink what I want to drink.
Good,
and that's going to
good.
be the high calorie, high ABV deliciousness.
I like this. Of course, the Wops Hops portfolio is a proud part of the SR Parat family.
Absolutely.
Right?
Has been for quite some time now.
Love it.
I think
Love it.
Close to 6 years, if not.
Yeah,
Right. Wow.
absolutely.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sweet.
And repping Central Florida like crazy all the time, right?
Yeah, we're getting out there. We released our can line probably about 2 years ago. Now it's really starting to kick off. ABC, locally, Total Wine, Gaff's Specialty Foods, Perrin's Grocery, Produce.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah, it's really nice. And then a bunch of independent liquor stores throughout town. So I'm really happy with that.
The fastest and easiest way to find that out, where you can find it?
Oh, you talk about that srparat.com/beer finder where you can look it up and boom, it's right there.
Right there.
It's like all the information in your lap or wherever you put your beer. Sometimes you got to hold it there. All right, so I see now. I recognize your cans, which is a weird sentence, but we're going to go with that. They look great, by the way. All three of your cans look great right there. But you brought a couple of undisclosed, weird, no-label, what are we getting into things today.
Ooh. So dug in deep. I figure if we're going to do the show, let's have some fun. Let's bring some things that are seasonals. Hopefully, in the next week or two, SR Parat will bring our Circus Peanut Hefeweizen.
Oh my
Did you hear what he just said, Steve?
So
I'm trying to process it still.
How long have you guys been making this now?
You've done this before, right? I feel like we've sniffed this before, but I don't know.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is a seasonal based upon the candy.
Okay.
Circus peanuts. So you'll taste marshmallow and banana.
I eat these, by the way, Circus peanuts. I don't know if anybody else does. But
So the candy itself is a very polarizing
It
candy,
is.
right?
It's like it's a Necco wafer of marshmallow-based things. Yeah.
But when you bring it to beer, I think it brings us all back together.
Oh, smell that, dude. Steve, get ready. It's about to melt your face. Right?
So with all my beers, and especially my flavored beers, I just going for a light taste. So I don't want it to be overbearing. It still has to taste like beer.
Right.
So that's a big, important part of brewing. I tell my brew team, careful with your flavors. You just want to just touch on those profiles so that you're going to enjoy a beer.
Yeah.
You're going to enjoy a
good.
Hefeweizen.
Yeah. It's a beer
Cheers,
back.
guys. Yeah.
Right? Yeah, cheers.
Wow.
Are you getting that banana on the back end?
That's on
So I'm
the very
assuming
back.
the banana is coming from a yeast.
That's good.
Right?
So absolutely, we use an omega yeast on that, and it pulls that banana flavor.
Yeah. That's incredible beer science to me that you could do
Alchemy,
that.
it's fun.
Yeah. Is that when you sit down and you're like, all right, we got to figure out the science to how I can pull
He has
banana
like one of those
flavor.
chemist robes.
You
He
have
wears
those, do
around,
you?
Yeah.
Man.
Put on my goggles.
I bet that looks good.
Bunsen burner going.
Right. That should be the promo shot for one of the cans later. I'm just saying, right? You, Bunsen burner, and a banana, maybe a claw of bananas in one hand. Now, this dude eats more bananas than any human being I know. This beer has got to be right in your wheelhouse.
That's about 8 to 10 seconds down when you get that banana. It's super delayed, but it's great.
Well, like Greg was
Delicious,
saying, it's not
by the way.
it's the flavor's there.
Right,
It's not up
and,
front, though.
and it kind of hangs out for a little bit after that.
I think craft beer has gotten a bad reputation from the general public in that The beers that the general public are tasting are usually so overbearing with flavors that your average beer drinker goes, I don't need strawberry habanero biscuits.
Right.
in
They've
there.
gotten literally too literal.
Yeah.
You know,
So the core is a German Hefeweizen.
Right.
So
Yeah.
that Hefeweizen should have very specific flavor profile. It's banana or clovey. When I say cloves, like the
Right.
spice, and it should be crisp and refreshing. Low carb, because you don't want to overcarb a beer where you're going to be belching too much.
Right.
So you can enjoy more, and with your friends. Yeah. So again, light on the flavor profile, so that your general beer drinker will drink this and go, yeah, I can definitely do this for sure.
I'm kind of proud of us. No one's burped yet. Now there's still time.
There is.
Anybody wants
Well, we
to-
just
yeah,
started,
Yeah,
so-
exactly. Yeah.
I'll build one up. That's fine.
Put the pressure on.
Still
Steve on that.
morning.
But it is. But the circus peanut again. It is a
Polarizing.
polarizing treat.
Absolutely.
I've always loved them.
And I
know
don't.
Who
Yeah, I was
really
going to say
you don't
not
like
so
them.
much. It's not my thing.
Greg, you don't like them?
Texture's
No,
off.
I don't. It's a weird
Really?
texture.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It's not a marshmallow and the candy's shaped like a peanut, and everyone thinks it's going to taste peanut, and there's
Yeah.
no peanut.
It
And
makes
then
no
you get
sense.
that banana and marshmallow, and you're like, what did I just put in my mouth?
Yeah. That's what he said.
Yeah. Sound check.
I was waiting for
Look
it.
out! Come on.
I'm setting it up, huh?
But it is interesting. So did you have to like eat a few of them to come up with this to figure out where you wanted to go?
Yeah, I was forced to.
Okay.
I was like, okay, if I'm going to make this beer, I got to know what it tastes like.
Yeah.
So yeah. And then, it mushes in your mouth.
Right.
Just like, what is going on in there?
But it is a very unique flavor, and when you try this beer, you'll know. All right, so this is going to be
In market.
in
Check out the
markets.
website.
srprod.com/beerfinder.
There you
Find
go.
it, tap, wherever. All right, there's one other unmarked mystery. Are we saving this mystery beer for the
Did
second
you want
half?
to check out one of your
No,
core beers? Or?
we do the mystery.
right.
Let's have some fun.
Let's do
All right,
this.
all right, what is it?
So what I brought is a pre-prohibition porter.
Who got it?
Ask the question.
You made it that long ago?
Wow, that was amazing.
That's right. It's
Really? He washed the dust off the bottle.
back in 1921, I made this
Look
beer.
at that. It's amazing.
So pre-prohibition porter. So porters were made for people who work in the docks, work in the train stations. It a little bit higher in calorie, higher in the protein value. So it actually was a drink that gave you energy. This was one of
really?
the first energy drinks.
Oh, I need that.
Right?
Yeah. Need that.
Didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
So a typical person working as a porter would sit down for their lunch with their bread, their cheese, and their porter beer.
Okay.
And that would get them through the rest of the day until they were off work after 17 hours.
I do the same thing, but I don't
Yeah.
work 17 hours.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. Same with us, too. Our old 16-hour shows, we put those things
Yeah.
to bed. It's no good anymore.
Let's
They
get
were like,
the sound.
cut it at 4.
Hey.
Like that.
Good old swing top.
Love it. Okay. Now the pour,
Yeah, look how dark that thing.
right?
Yeah, that's pretty beer.
Don't get freaked out by the color, though.
No, we're going to talk
You
about
see through the
color.
light.
We're going to talk about...
Yeah. Let's talk about the color, because that's the first. Visually, I'm like, all right, we're going to need a knife and fork to chew through this beer.
So that's what the general public has been conditioned to believe about dark beers.
Yeah.
They say, oh, dark beer is too heavy.
Right.
Another crazy thing I heard is, well, the dark beer is what's at the bottom of the barrel.
Oh, really? Okay.
I've never heard that one.
Oh, yeah. I was asked that just recently.
Okay.
So, yeah, as if, when you're fermenting beer, that it automatically separates itself from light to medium to dark, which
Right.
is so untrue.
Right.
All right, so we got that out of the way.
Yeah.
All right, so the way we get these dark notes and the roasty notes is that we actually cook the malted grain.
Right.
We burn the sugars
Okay.
that are on malt.
Okay.
That's
Kind of
great.
like coffee beans in a way.
very much. So it goes through a kiln, and then you can do it at different temperatures, different periods of time. Medium roast, kind of just like coffee, medium roast, dark roast.
Okay.
And that's what gives it that dark color. Now, porters are less dark than stouts. We'll have that malty
I didn't
chocolate,
think about that.
a light roasted coffee flavor to it. So yeah,
It's so smooth and so good. And again, light. I mean, comparatively, you're like, look, first of all, I haven't been working out at all, just lifting these.
Nice like toffee caramel notes in there.
absolutely. So one of my favorite styles of beers.
Same.
Because it has body. It also pairs really, really well with food.
Yeah.
So if you're thinking, if you're having a big bowl of fettuccine Alfredo, that creamy sauce, right? You don't want an IPA, right?
No, you don't.
You don't
no,
want an IPA.
No.
But a beer like this changes your palate.
Yes.
So then when you dig in and you're twisting that fork and you get that creamy,
You really get that
You get that
taste.
flavor back.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So I prefer this with any dramatic flavored foods, smoked food,
Yeah.
brisket, stuff like that. So
Good idea.
one of my favorite styles of beer. Also, you can take this beer, get yourself a nice pork roast, throw it in the crock pot, pour some porter in there,
Look out, Steve.
lock it down,
Look
and you'll
out.
have a porter pork roast.
I mean,
Now, we do pork roast quite often.
Look out.
Put it on slow, let it do all day while you're at work. You
Absolutely.
come home and then your whole house smells like it.
Yep.
Greg just changed
Not
your
a
game.
bad idea.
He just changed your game right there. So you go to
Yeah.
Casa de Steve right now.
That's right.
Just pouring beers
Grab
and
a
food.
plate.
Yeah. On purpose. As
Yeah.
opposed to spilling them in there and going, it's fine. Just eat it. Well, there are more Wops Hops flavors to try. We'll take a break, right?
yeah.
Yes.
We'll come back
Let's
with
do it.
more of those. Stick around, Morning Hog Brew Review on 95.7 The Hog. 95.7 The Hog, the Morning Hog. Hey, it's Morning Hog Happy Hour. Riggs, Steve, Josh, SR Parrot, Greg, Wops Hops. Woo! Hey, Greg, where can we find the Wops Hops Brewery?
Well, we are conveniently located at 419 South Sanford Avenue in historic, beautiful downtown Sanford.
Listen to that.
One of the OGs too, right? The OG.
Yeah, I was the first brewery to open up in Sanford
Yeah.
back in 2014,
Right.
and now
Wow.
we have 5 breweries in downtown Sanford.
Copycats, that's fine.
You know who used to go there before he worked in the beer industry?
Who's that?
This guy.
Go from
Really?
Deland, really?
Shut the front
You know what?
door.
I met Greg before I was in this industry.
One time
Wow.
I went over to the West End Trading Company to see a show,
Yep.
and I saw this thing called Wops Hops. I was like, I don't even know what that is, but I was like, I think I want to taste it, and then now I know, right? Now I found out.
And,
No one's half bad.
now we're friends.
Now I've learned. Now we're friends, right? And now we can go to Tuffy's Music Box and hold hands. Wait, that's weird. I don't want to do that. All right, so
Wow.
you had brought us some mystery flavors on the first side, and now we've got the traditional fleet of these beautiful Wops Hops products that we can get everywhere, right?
Absolutely. But again, the website's the quickest, fastest, easiest way to do it.
He's talking about srprot.com/beerfinder. Just type it in on your phone. You can do it on your phone. If you have an internet, If you don't have that, I don't know how you get to it. But so what should we try here? I mean,
Well, I brought the 3 cores that we currently can. The Paradiso Coconut Blonde Ale. That is my beach boat beer.
look out! Look out!
Nice,
Love
crisp.
it.
Steve is all over
I
that.
do.
Light-
I love it.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
That light coconut, just like pop that open, and I'm like, I'm somewhere in a tropical island.
It's an escape beer. I like to
There you
call
go,
it.
escape
Like,
beer.
I'm
There you
somewhere else.
Next beer is something I'm very proud of. Veterans Pride American Pale Ale. All the ingredients I use in this beer is all sourced in the United States.
Yes.
I am a veteran, and
Ditto.
it's just a style that I really love, and the fact that I could say thank you to my brothers and sisters. I made this beer for you.
Brilliant. It's a brilliant
Thank you for
idea
your service.
and brilliant and great tasting too.
Both of you.
Yeah.
What'd you serve in?
Army.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
If he could, he'd come over and pat you on the head right now.
Yeah, I'm a nice guy. I would do that for you.
No, I meant Greg pat you on the head like, it's all right.
okay.
Army, it's fine.
True story. If I could just break off from the next beer. So in high school, when I was being recruited, it was down to Army or Navy. And then the Navy recruiter was like, well, if you want to eat your meals in a wet foxhole out of a bag, then the Army's for you. But you join the Navy, and you have your own rack, and you get 4 hot meals a day.
Wow.
You get to travel around the world. And I was like, sign me up.
Sounds
He
beautiful.
sold you.
Oh yeah, I was
Sold you.
He
hook,
lied
line,
to
and
you.
sinker. No, I did. Everything he said came true.
What,
I didn't sit in a wet foxhole eating food out of a bag.
He does now, but
what great cities did you get to go to though?
A city in Kansas.
Okay, there you go. There you go. Well,
you sure that's not a foxhole?
I'm sure.
Okay.
by the way, you missed the part where Greg almost fell out of his chair here in Kansas. It's fine.
Yeah.
We're not in Kansas anymore.
No, thank
at all.
God.
Steve's not either, thank God, because we can all enjoy this together.
All right.
And then my favorite. This is you can call this a Riggs beer if you want to. It's fine.
I can put that on the label
It's
now.
fine.
Rig certified.
Yeah, absolutely. That's my jam right there.
So this is the Hopsick Waste Hazy Wheat Double IPA.
Oh my
Gosh, you speak of my language.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a nice one. Very proud of this one. And the artwork on these cans all are done by my wife.
Right.
Really?
Amazing.
Yeah. She's
Holy smokes, I didn't know that.
yeah.
Wow.
She
Touche.
she designed for a guy.
Dang.
It's some guy in music.
So Jimmy Buffet.
Yeah.
Buffet, right?
Yeah.
Buffett.
Oh,
Jimmy Buffett.
I know Jimmy Buffet.
Yeah, Jimmy Buffett. Yeah.
Good guy.
Yeah.
Solid guy.
So yeah, she
Solid.
worked for Jimmy for 20 years, designing all merchandise throughout the world. So I get to have all the artwork for free.
Complimentary. That's the way to do it right there. No charge.
All right, so Paradiso.
Yeah. Now, by the way, you said you recently went to Scotland.
I did.
And you expected to encounter all these exotic, or maybe not exotic, just what you would expect for European beers, and instead, you got a lot of this stuff.
It was I was running all over Scotland.
Yeah.
And I'm asking, I would like a porter, I would like an ESB, I would like, a local stout, not the usual stouts that everyone.
Yeah.
It was all American style beers, hazy IPAs, sours. It was fruited beers. I was like, I just want a nice dark beer.
Scottish.
Well, it's one of those, it shows you the power of what's going on over here in the States, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
We talk. We
That's a very good point. Yeah.
We revere those European beers, but in the end, this is what they're drinking too. So
Yummy.
Does it not put you on the beach?
Yes, it does.
Yeah, you guys can wake me up later.
Josh, wake up.
I'm
later.
gonna put on some sunscreen just for safety. You guys.
Yeah. You are.
Want me to get your
light
back?
haired, light eyed.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of lights in here. Yeah,
Want me to get your back?
Yeah, thank you.
I got
Please. Yeah, well, please, thank you. It's teammates, you know how it goes. But this, so again, we've talked about this beer before, but you continue. This must be one of the major. Obviously, it's in cans. It's got to be one of the top ones at the tap room and all this stuff too. Right?
Absolutely. It was one of the first beers we decided to go out to can because it has the light color. The fizz that people want, and lightly flavored, not overbearing. The coconuts there. I use all natural coconut syrup, so there's no extracts in this.
When you're reining in the brewers, when you say you have to rein them in to go, don't overgo on the flavor, don't over deliver, but under deliver on the flavor. But this one's right there.
Yeah,
It's not subtle. It's not too much.
Right in the middle.
Right.
Just perfect.
I've never bitten into the middle of a coconut before, but I'm guessing it would be like this.
I have.
Have you?
No.
Yeah. I mean, they're hard to bite through,
Yeah,
aren't they?
yeah. I've tried.
You got a strong jaw, right?
he cracked it on his skull.
We've always had it. I mean, it's not a secret or whatever.
Hey, Josh is always hard-headed.
Yeah, that's true.
Strong Jaw Josh. That's what they call me.
Yeah. All right. What else should we try? What else you want to? Should we go down the line?
We should go down the line.
We should let everybody know. I mean, we want to make sure people understand that when they go to these great accounts to get these beers, they're getting quality flavor. Look at that.
I got beer on the mic. Sorry about that.
It's all right. No, believe me, it's not the first time. Steve's got weirder things on that mic than beer.
On this particular one?
Yes.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
He had what we call a fettuccine Alfredo accident on one of them. It's fine. We wiped it off before you got here.
Yeah, I mean,
Was he
let's just
drinking
say
a porter?
We lost an hour of
In the
work.
middle of it, or?
He wasn't drinking at all. We were watching Price is Right. Okay.
Okay,
No, this
all
is
right.
great.
American Pale Ale. Real pretty. Nice, clear, crisp beer. Beer flavored beer. This is just straight no adjuncts, no additives. It's all malt, hops, yeast, and water.
In a nutshell, IPA, APA, what's the difference?
The IBU, International Bittering Unit,
Okay.
is how we bitter beer.
Right.
We rate the bitters, and that's lower than an IPA.
Okay. All right. So more accessible for somebody who might not be an IPA fan or doesn't know what that flavor would be. You can come over
Or
to this.
who doesn't like IPAs.
Yeah, that too.
Yep.
There are a lot of those people. I don't know who they are. They're not my friends.
They're
Not
out
in this room.
They're out there.
They're out there. They are out there. Well, we love you. Just not quite as much as everybody else, but it's fine.
Yeah, just satisfying.
You're right.
It's really
Easy
good.
drinking.
Perfect.
Does exactly
And
as
really,
advertised.
I know beer-flavored beer sounds strange, but it isn't strange anymore, especially in the way the market goes.
Yeah,
when you
We've said that
beer.
sentence multiple times over
Yeah.
the last year or so.
Yeah.
Like Greg was saying earlier, beer has become so literal in the craft scene when they talk about a strawberry cheesecake. They're literally, some of these companies are blending strawberry cheesecakes into their beers,
chucking it in the.
So it's nice to have, that change of pace and go back to the basics of a beer-flavored beer and then just elevate that to something like this.
Right. I love that. And
Good way to put it.
veterans too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Salute to that. No kidding.
And this is for all who have served
Yes.
and for all that support those who served.
Oh, salute to that.
Cheers.
That's a great one. Absolutely. And a great label too. You got, again, beautiful cans. I know I started off by saying that.
Americana.
Put that on there. All right, and then finally,
Your fave.
Rig Special.
Oh, yeah.
And
I really dig
and
the
it
the artwork on this one
To
is
me,
something
it's
else.
the best flavor, but it's also the best looking can. Like I want I don't know why I don't have a shirt that has it on it yet. Do I need to call your wife? Is that what's
Yeah.
going to happen to make this happen?
Yes, you do.
Okay, all right. I don't think I have her on my speed dial. So I have to look that up on the Wops Hops website. Go to it. Now, by the way, when we're cruising around Sanford, we can swing by.
That nose.
We can swing by any time of the day.
We are open noon every day except for Monday. We're closed Monday.
Beautiful.
What you guys got for some food over there?
You gonna bring my own snacks, or are we good?
Oh, no. Definitely bring an appetite.
Okay.
So we have a Peruvian chef in our kitchen now.
Ooh,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah.
It sounds exotic. I don't know what that means,
It's-
but it sounds.
I
don't have a map.
When we first started talking and bringing them in, it was like, what is Peruvian food? Large Asian community in Peru, so the Peruvian style of food fused with the Cantonese style of food, and it's so good.
Really?
Yeah.
That's nice.
So
any
is this beer.
Yeah, any given to go look at the menu. I mean, it's hard to imagine that you would go to Wops Hops and even think about food at that point. You just want to try all the different beers. I mean, how many do you kind of rotate on a regular basis?
We have 17 on tap.
Oh
all the
my
time.
god! Oh my god! 17. 17. Sure, I'll just want to sample 17 of these, and then you throw some food in the mix. That's pretty good choices.
Good stuff. So
Yeah.
actually, this is less bitter than the Veterans Pride.
Yes, I will agree with you on that one.
So the
Yep.
key to a hazy IPA is that we put in the hops towards the end of the boil, or what we call dry hopping in the
Okay.
fermentation, so that you get more flavor and aroma than bitterness.
Got
Okay.
you. Okay.
So a lot of people who don't like IPAs like this because it's like, wow, it has so much flavor and it's not so bitter. So yeah, this is a double IPA, so it's 7.5 alcohol.
But
So
again-
you want to be. It doesn't taste
not
like it.
boozy.
No, and not a palate wrecker at all.
Yeah.
I'm not. I feel like I could taste anything after this. I'd be good to go still. So,
But three tall boys, and you don't want to drive.
no, yeah, exactly, yeah. You bring yourself a wallet and a DD. That's all you need.
There you go.
All
Drink
right.
responsibly.
Of course. And these cans, you can get them, take them maybe home and drink them. What
Absolutely.
are some of the places we can get them again?
Total Wine, ABC, local independents, or always check out the website.
He's talking about srprot.com/beer finder. That's right. Greg, it's always good to see you.
Thanks for
It's
having
even
me.
better to come out. We need to get to. Well, let's make a road trip to Sanford.
Let's
Done.
do it.
Done.
Steve, you be the DD, and then Josh and I will get in the back seat.
Oh, he didn't like that.
Oh boy, he didn't like that at
I
all.
will call an Uber.
Yeah,
You're still paying for it, though.
Yeah. No, he doesn't like that at all. Look at him. Oh my God. All right, give him more beer.
All right.
It's Morning Hog Brew Review on 95.7 The Hog. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers.